I first came to Australia to attend art school, I wasn't sure of the art I would produce. I really didn't want to be some angry black artist and didn't think no one would be interested. However, I was somewhat surprised when one of my Australian art mentors, Larissa at Monash University, encouraged me to create from a familiar place, a place that I know, my culture. And when I mentioned black art to one of my classmates, who then asked, "What is black art?" It was then I realized that in Australia, very few knew little about African American culture, and even fewer heard of the Harlem Renaissance. But I was further encouraged by my classmates wanting to learn what is black art. What is most interesting to me is that I came to Australia, a place that is considered a white country, yet I am learning so much about my blackness, my culture, and myself. I see myself more clearly. Back in the U.S., I am no different than my brother and sister. A familiar environment. I come to a place far away, now my differences scream out. The littlest thing that I do that even I did not notice are now magnified. I remember as a young kid, my grandmother, she would keep us sometimes while my parents worked. Being a kid, you just having fun cause you're going somewhere. You're too young to understand that you're living surrounded by racism, and that's a good thing. I sometimes, not too much or so much where it can have a negative influence on my life, but I occasionally think back to those moments that were orchestrated by race, like how my grandmother would always, like clockwork, march me and my brother to the back of the bus when we would ride it with her. No, this would happen well after it was a law for blacks to go to the back of the bus. In fact, when we would ride the bus with my aunt, we would sit anywhere we pleased. It was just that the back of the bus was ingrained in my grandmother's spirit.